Hey, it's Mark Yagi. Just a quick update on the SpaceX, and I'm going to do a little math for you today. It's not pretty, but I'm reporting on this trade, so I figure I got to keep the report going. Some of you are like, hey, how come you're not reporting on your SpaceX? I'm like, well, I'm a little busy, and there's not a lot going on, frankly. But here it is. This is a report that I'll put out here, and I'll also show you kind of what the math looks like. First of all, I do want to say this is not investment advice. This is education, right? And this has been a very educational chapter in my trading. And we've bought this stock pretty close to the high, and it's done pretty much nothing but go down. Still, we're not down a huge amount. It's starting to become a bit of a problem, but it's not still a big deal. And you'll see that as I go through this. But let me show you, if you haven't watched any of the SpaceX videos before. I think I have 5 or 6 now. SpaceX came public right in here at 135 officially, but I think the first trade was around 148. So it was, somewhere around here. And then it just went up 3 days in a row, really great volume as everybody expected. I also, prior to this, put out a video saying, hey, listen, watch out because Tesla could drop. So I had that in my mind that, okay, there's a big chance of a drop here. So I went deep in the money on selling my covered calls. Now, covered calls are when you sell somebody else the right to buy your shares at a certain price. And when you do that, when you go deep in the money, you put yourself an in-the-money cushion, an intrinsic value cushion, plus a juice cushion, which is the extrinsic value, which is what we're trading for. That is the income. And so I will say this, by the way, just to finish my thought. Don't trade what I'm trading, okay? This is not something telling you to trade what I'm trading because you are different than me. We have different investment rules and different personalities, different ages, right? So don't be doing what I'm doing. That's the warning here. This is for you to start your research, not to end it. So please be careful. Okay, so you could see 3 days in a row, and I got involved here because I wanted to be involved in Tesla, SpaceX, which will become the same thing at some point, I think. But I also protected myself really deep by selling the 170s. So all the way down to here, I gave myself basically a $50 cushion. So that thing could drop all the way back to 170 before I would really start to lose money on the intrinsic value. Because that intrinsic value, since I'm short, increases in my account, while the base position decreases in my account. All right, so I bought the 135 synthetic calls. Some people call them leaps, but they're not far out enough to be called leaps. And I bought the 135s. That was basically my base position. Okay, it's kind of like the stock position. And then I sold against the 170s, and I got a huge amount of premium, which I'll show you in just a second. And then as the stock started to come down, when it got to 170, I moved it to the 155s. Then when the stock moved down to the 155s, I moved it down to the 145s. You can see I put a notation there. When the stock moved to 145, I did what's called defending your position again, and I moved it to the 135s, right? This is getting crazy here, all right? And then I moved it to the 125s, and now I'm sitting there with the stock at 121. I'm still in the money, not by a lot, to the 115s. Now, what has happened to the base position? Well, the base position started out with like a 90 delta, and then it went to about an 80 delta, so I rolled it down from the 135s to the 100s, okay? So I'm in the money right now by about $21. I need to roll it down again if I want to stay in this position. Otherwise, I don't get the full rebound, and I'm losing less on the way down because my delta is dropping. So a delta means basically the percentage that the stock drops, or the option drops based on the stock. So if the stock goes down $10 and I've got an 80 delta, I only lose on the base position $8, if that makes sense, okay? So as the stock drops, my delta is also dropping, okay? That's not fun because I also have the clock ticking. All right, so I need to look at managing these here pretty soon, maybe the next day or two. But I've rolled all the way down to the 115s. Now listen, like I mentioned in those pre-IPO videos, there are some tranches where there are more shares being released on the market. And so Elon Musk, when he sat down to take this company public, he wanted to make this different than any other company that's gone public. And so he didn't let everybody just release all the shares from the market at the same time. He's got like 7% coming out, in a couple of weeks, and another 7% after that, and whatever. To me, the stock is going down based on that, but I think everybody also knows that. So is it priced in or not? Anyway, looking at the rest of this chart, I moved those 135s down to the hundreds, like I mentioned, and then I've got the 115. So that's the current position. This chart does not look good, but it is selling on slightly lower volume than it did in the first half of its life, right? Which is to be expected. Okay, so that's the chart. Let's take a look at the trade ledger here. Let's take a look at the trade ledger. And this is part of my cash flow machine or cash flow IQ program, which is an AI-driven program for covered calls, for our program, for what we teach here. And by the way, it's been really well received by a lot of the mastermind members who are basically testing it for me, but they're also using it like crazy. There's tons of great things. You'll see some videos coming out when I get some time here. But you can see this is the SpaceX position. It's put on its own tile. So let me go to the summary, and I'll put in SpaceX because we're really just talking about SpaceX. And you can see my base position cost is this. My base position current market value is down, but we've also realized when we did the roll downs on the short position, we've realized a bunch of profit. That's 44,000 there, right? And there's $6,600 of current market value left in those options that are short. So when you total it all out, right, it's $7,561 as a total loss. Now, the thing that I feel good about, or I feel better about, I should say, is that, look, the stock was at 220 something dollars, right? And it's now at 120 something dollars. So I'd be down $50,000 if I just bought SpaceX, like a lot of people did on that day. And so I look at this and say, I think that's a success. We'll see over time if it's a success or not. But, do I think SpaceX is going to zero? I really don't. I mean, I think they got an amazing Starlink program, and I've used it when I've traveled. I think the company's got some amazing things that they're doing in AI, some amazing things that they're doing in space. So are they going to zero? No. Are they going to go lower? Yeah, they could. In fact, I think they probably will a little bit. But is that a reason to get scared out? Well, the way I look at it is the big money wants us to be scared out, because what generally happens in these IPOs, if you look at the price action, you could see that it kind of comes down until there aren't a lot of sellers left, right? And then it kind of starts to go back up and finds its footing. That's called an IPO base, right? And if you look way back, go back and look at some of those pre-IPO videos that I did on SpaceX. If you go and look at them, you see, I think I put 10 stocks in there. They go up and then they kind of come down. This is almost a textbook example. I don't know about the tranches of release for the shares and how that plays into this whole thing, but generally they've done kind of a similar thing. And so is this stock going to bottom here at 121? I sure hope so. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to have to roll down again or to make a decision to get out. I'm trying to show, at least maybe to myself, maybe not even to you guys, but I'm trying to show that this is a way to play defense and let you stay in the game without losing a ton of money or all your money by just buying a stock and hoping, right? Because a lot of people bought the stock at $220, 3 days after it went public, thinking it was going to go to 1,000, and that was the talk then, is like, this is going to be the most valuable company in the world, and it still might, but if you don't protect your downside, and I got a big $50 downside protection that day, and I made that. You can see that here is in the non-base position realized. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet, and that may be clearer for you. So I have what's called the base position, which is the synthetic shares or the stock, if you do the stock, or if somebody does the stock. And then I have the non-base position. The non-base positions are the covered calls. So you can see you buy the position, okay? And then I picked up another contract to compensate. Hopefully it was going to go up. It didn't, but that's okay. And then I got out of these other 135s and I rolled them to these, right? So you see a loss on those and basically a net P&L here on these because I haven't gotten anything back on it yet, okay? So that's the base position, okay? And so now I've sold every week. You can see I've sold against those. Starting on this one, I've sold to open, I bought to cover. This was on July, this was the July 17th contract. So you can see I sold 5 contracts to open, I closed them out, I made $17,798. I sold to open the next time, and I moved them to the 155s. And then I had to buy those back because it was at 155. And so you can see I'm just pocketing money on the way down. 2,000, another 1,600, 4,000, and it goes all the way down until you get to a net number, right? So it nets out. This is left. This is an open position. That's why it's showing 8,000, but it'll be closed, if I have to roll down, or when it goes to August 7th, which is the expiration date on it. So you can net all of this stuff out when you take these numbers, the cost less the current market value, less your realized position, less your open positions, and I'm down $7,500, and it tells me how much of the position is paid for. So all that to say is we got into a stock pretty close to the high. We've defended our position all the way down, and we're still doing a textbook job of defending the position. You're going to give up some money when the stock goes down. I'm not saying trading is perfect, and I'm not saying trading is always a certainty. It isn't. And you're seeing that. But boy, I think this is probably the best case scenario of how you can lose less money and live to fight another day. And that's what we're doing. And you know what? This could all blow up in my face, and I'll be making a video about that as well. But I have a feeling that it's going to bottom here at some point. And the selling is going to end because we've had a lot of days in a row selling. And then once that happens, and once we approach August 7th, when my expiry happens on the covered calls, then I'll be able to, to start to do a different strategy. And instead of defending, maybe I'll be on the offense a little bit. And it also depends on what is going on with the market, because right now we've got kind of a little funky market going on. All right. If you sat through all that, thank you. And God bless you. But, I'll sign off here by saying, if you haven't liked the channel, subscribed to the channel, made a comment on the video, I'd appreciate all that. I love your comments, unless they're really snarky and they're not useful for other people. As long as they're useful, you can be negative. Make comments, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep making these videos, even if I'm getting my butt kicked a little bit like I am. And then I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for being here. The information you just heard is for education and information. This is not financial advice.